we've been talking about functions, and one of the things that we kept saying in class was that the x values cannot repeat. So what that means is when you have a table, like the XY chart right here, you have a set of ordered pairs. You have a set of 1, 3, and you have 2, 4, and you have 3, 5. This is a function because the x values don't repeat. Your x's are 1, 2, and 3, and they're all very distinct. So one of the things that you could kind of think about is maybe when you were younger, you had a secret code where the number 1 would stand for the letter A, the number 2 would stand for the letter B, 3 is C, 4 is D. You just go through, and you could write messages to your friends or to your siblings, and it would just be a series of numbers that would correspond with letters, and then you would be able to decipher the code. If you've seen A Christmas Story, you see that Ralphie has his secret decoder ring, and he's just waiting for that code to come in, and he finds it's just nothing about Ovaltine. So let's say that you sent a secret code to your brother, and you said that you wanted him to go get this from the room, 216. Well, you go up here, 2 is a B, 1 is an A, and 6 is a T. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go get the bat from the room. So you can see that each number corresponds with exactly one letter. 2 is B, 1 is A, and 6 is T. You could then say, I'm going to go take a 3, 1, 2 to the park. You could go change that and say 3 is C, A, B. I'm going to take a cab. Well, what would happen if you made some changes to your decoder and you decided that you were also going to have 2 is going to equal C. It's not going to be 3. So if you told your brother to go and get the 216 out of the room and bring it to you, is it going to be the cat or the bat? So because in this case, you have a 2 standing for a C and a 2 standing for a B, this is not a function. So if you had a table, this would be 2 is C, 2 is B, 1 is A, and 6 is T. So if you think about these as ordered pairs, these two 2's and the X's, they have different outcomes, and so you will not have a function in this case. So the X values, this will be not a function. So it's easy to see when you have ordered pairs like this. You can just look at the X's. You might see the ordered pairs written out this way. With braces around them. And you just have to look at, those are your X's. Make sure they don't repeat. Those are your X values. They're also called the domain. Now, when you have your graphs, there's a couple things you can do. You can look at all the ordered pairs, but if you notice, there's an infinite number of ordered pairs here. Or you can do something that is called the vertical line test. And what that vertical line test means is that if you pick any point on this graph, so I'm going to go with this linear one in the corner here, and I'm going to pick the point 6, 4 right here. And if you draw a vertical line through that point, does it hit another point on that line? You'll notice in this case it doesn't. If you go over to this point 2, 0, and draw a vertical line, it is not going to hit another point. So this graph here is a function, and that is because of the vertical line test. And you'll notice that none of these points are going to, these X values are going to repeat. Number 2 is a little trickier because you do have that curve. But if you go all the way down here, you'll notice that it's not going to hit. Even here, it's not going to hit another point. So this also is a function. But if you go and look at right here, so this one is 0.67. And if you go straight down, you are going to hit another point. And that is 6,1. So you can find ordered pairs, or if you just do the vertical line test, you've got many places along here. So this is not a function because your vertical line will hit through 2 points. And on the last one, I'm going to go to 2, 2 right here. And then if I do my vertical line, it's also going through at 2, -6. So these x values right here are repeating. It's happening all over the place. You've got one at 5, like 5,3/4. And they're just all over. Here's one at 1, 2. And so this is where we would say this is no as well because it does not pass the vertical line test. Here are 4 examples of graphs. And so you can go ahead and pause the camera or pause the video and see if you can figure out if they are functions or not. And I'm going to fill in the answers for you right now. So this first graph here, this is a function. It's a nice curve, but these aren't going to hit another point. Over here, same thing. That's also going to be a function. But this one, no. You can see that it's crossing over at these points and these points here. But on the way that this absolute value graph is drawn, this is a function as well.